Welcome to Maths Made Easy. Today's video is all about secret to solve word problem. How to find the equation. If you have ever struggled with the word problem or felt lost when trying to solve them, then this video is for you. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of how to find the equation in any word problem and to be your way to become a word problem solving pro. But before we begin, I request all the viewers to subscribe this YouTube channel because this keeps me motivated. Thank you very much. Okay. So let us understand what actually solving a word problem involved. Very first step is to read the question very carefully. You have to read the question carefully. Second one is to identify the variable. You really need to know what are your variables, what terms need to be assigned variables and for what we have to solve it. And then you will be writing equation. For that I will be giving you one chart that is very helpful for writing the equation. And at the end you will be solving that equation. That involves various steps like various methods like simultaneous methods or Cramer's rules or maybe substitution way, anything. Okay, the very first step is read the problem carefully. The first step in finding the equation of a word problem is to read the problem carefully. Make sure you understand what the problem is asking and identify the important piece of information. Look for the key phrases. Is equal to or the sum of. This kind of phrases are going to be very important, which I will be giving you the chart also, so you can easily understand what to do with them. Second one, once you understand your question, you will need to identify the variables. Variables are the unknown in the problem. The best way to trace the variable is to know what is unknown in the question, what is asked in the question. Write the equation. Once you identify the variable, you can write the equation. Start with the information you know. You have to start your writing your equation with the information that you already know. For example, if a problem asks you to find the area of a rectangle length L and the width W, you can write the equation as area is equal to length into width. It's very simple. The last one, write the equation. You can solve the unknown variable. With the equation written, you can solve the unknown variables, which involve various algebraic techniques like simplifying, factorizing, isolating, or many other that you will be learning in your higher standards. Okay, this is the chart I was referring earlier. If you these terms in your question, in your problems, add, total, sum, increase, more, combine, together, plus or more than, you have to use plus sign. And similarly for the minus, similarly there are certain phrases for the multiplication and division. After solving around 25 to 30 questions, you will not need this chart. But if you are a beginner, I insist you to take a screenshot of this. Now, it's a very simple question. On a street, there are twice as many dogs as cats. How we write this as an equation? This is the question involving two unknowns, number of dogs and number of cats on the street. So we know what are our variable. We have to frame an equation on based of them. See, again read the information given to you. On a street there are twice as many dogs as cat, meaning number of dogs are double the number of cats. So first thing that we are going to do is let the number of dogs on the street be D. You can use any letter X, Y, P, Q, A, B, U, V, anything you like. But for the sake of simplicity, and since this lecture is beginner oriented, I'm gonna use simple letters, that is D for dog and C for cat. So the number of dogs on the street is D and the number of cats on the street is B. Now, therefore we can write the equation as below. D is equal to 2 times of cat. What it means? Dogs are twice the number of cat. If you want to equate dog and cat, you have to multiply the number of cat with 2. So both the side of equal to are balanced. For example, right now the situation may be number of dogs are 4 and cats may be 2. So you cannot write 4 is equal to 2. To make it equal on both the side, you have to multiply cat side with 2. That is 4 is equal to 2 times of 2. Or it can be written as, or the condition might be like this: 6 and 12. 12 dogs and 6 cat. You cannot write 12 is equal to 6. You have to write 12 is equal to 2 times of 6. So this was very basic, very simple. I hope you understand this one. Let's move to the next one. Shamu has 2 rupees less than Arun. How do we write this as an equation? Now, and pay attention to this. Shamu has 2 rupees less. Very first we will be writing the unknowns as a variable. So S is the money with Shamu and A for Arun. That's why A is the money with Arun. Okay. Now what the condition is? Shamu has 2 rupees less than Arun. So what you will do? You will give 2 rupees to Shamu to balance, to make it equal to Arun, so that LHS is equal to RHS. So the equation is self-explanatory. After reading this, you got the click. Shamu needs 2 rupees to equate with Arun. So our equation is like this: Shamu plus 2 is equal to Arun. I hope this is even simpler than the earlier one. So let's move on to the next one. A rectangular garden is 12 meter by 5 meter. What is its area? Okay, there is a rectangular garden. The dimension are 12 and 5 meter. Then they want us to find the area of the garden. Okay, let the length of the given rectangular garden be L. L is equal to length of the given rectangular garden. B is breadth of the given rectangular garden, and the third variable, which is not mentioned here, but at the end it's asking about area. So let A is equal to be area of the given rectangular garden. We have 3 variables in here. Therefore we can write the equation as below. We all know the area of rectangle is length into breadth. So length into breadth is equal to A, but we know the value of L and B. So I'm going to substitute it here. 12 times 5 is equal to A. That means area of the rectangle is 60 square meter, 60 meter square. Look what we did. We read the question very carefully. We understand the question. We assumed our variables, our unknowns, and then we frame one equation. And here was the last step. We solved our equation. That's it. Little complicated question, but very interesting. The product of 2 consecutive even integer is 168. What are the integers? Okay, product. If you remember in the previous chart that I show you, if there is a product, it means they want us to multiply 2 different identity or 2 different integers. The product of 2 consecutive. What is the meaning of consecutive? Consecutive is one after the other. For example, 1 and what is after that? 2. So 1 and 2 are consecutive number. 1 and 5 are not a consecutive number in a sense of number. For example, 1 and 3 can be a consecutive number, but only if I am talking about odd numbers. 3 and 9 cannot be consecutive number if I am talking about odd number. 7 and 9 can be a consecutive number if I am talking about odd numbers, because after 7 there is 9 and before 7 is 5. So 5, 7 can be the odd consecutive if I'm talking about odd numbers. 7 9 can be the consecutive number if I'm talking about only odd numbers. Similarly here we are talking about only integers, even integers. So let's say the number could be 8 and 10, 6 or 8, 14 or 16. So they want us to multiply two even integer so that we get 168. So let x is equal to the first integer, and even, since I'm talking about even number, my next number is going to be plus 2. So the other integer is x plus 2. Now they want this, what the condition says, the both consecutive number when multiplied together we get 168. So we can write our equation as per the given condition, we have x times of x plus 2 is equal to 168. Now this is very basic mathematics. You can send the x inside to the bracket. If you have watched my video earlier, you know how to solve this. X times x is equal to x square plus 2x is equal to 168. Now just a rearrangement of this equation, I am going to get this 168 to the left hand side. That's why it's becoming minus 168. Now from here I'm going to solve it how I prefer. Okay, there are various ways to solve after this. This is a quadratic equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. You can use many formulas, like you can also use x is equal to minus b plus minus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, or you can use perfect square method. I'm going to use factorization method. I see that b is plus 2 and the c is minus 168 and a is 1. I'm going to find a number, two numbers that when I multiply each other should give me minus 168, and when they are added or subtracted should give me plus 2. So the numbers are 14 and 12. If you multiply 14 with 12 you will get 168. 14 minus 12 is only 2. So my numbers are 14 and 12. Now I can take x common from here. So inside the bracket I have x plus 14 and minus 12 common from here. So inside the bracket is x plus 14, as you can see here. Now x plus 14 and x plus 14 can be taken out common from this two terms. There are two terms, x times of x plus 14 and 12 times of x plus 14. So I'm going to take x plus 14 common. So what is left is x minus 12 and x plus 14 is equal to 0. Now x minus 12 equal to 0, x plus 14 is equal to 0, meaning this line says that one of the bracket is equal to 0 or the other one is also equal to 0. I mean both the brackets are equivalent to 0. So from here I get the value of x as 12, and from here I get the value of x is equal to minus 14. Now pay attention to your question. Sometime there is going to be the case where you will neglect one of the values based on the question, what is asked in the question. For example, in here they ask us about even integer. Even integer, both are even. Now integer is something that is whole number, not a fraction. It can be positive, negative, anything. So I cannot ignore any of them. So if the value of x is 12, the other number is going to be 14, and if the value of x is minus 14, the other number is going to be minus 14 plus 2 is minus 12. In both the cases both the solution are right, because if you multiply 12 times 14 you will get 168, and if you multiply 14 times 12, minus 14 and minus 12, you will get plus 168. So both are solution to this question. I hope you understand this question. And there you have a basic knowledge about equation and solving it. So let's summarize the things. Remember to read the problem carefully, identify the variable, write the equation, and solve the unknown. With practice, you become more confident in your ability to solve word problems and tackle even more complex equations. I am going to leave the remaining question for practice. Question number 1. 2, 3, 4 and 5, which I believe is very easy, very easy. It's only one liner. You can do it. I have a confidence. Next 3 questions, if you have watched my previous video, I think you can solve it. If not, let me know in the comment section. I'm gonna solve them for you. Thanks for watching this video. If this adds value in you, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will see you in next one.